Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Enthusiasts and Collectors. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American history, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D mint mark. This little piece of U.S. currency may look like just another penny to the casual observer, but it holds a special place in the hearts of coin collectors, and for good reason. So, if you've ever wondered what makes this coin so valuable or how you can spot a rare one, stick around, because we're about to uncover the secrets of the 1944 D Wheat Penny. Let's start with the basics. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was part of a long-standing series of pennies that were first issued in 1909. These pennies featured the image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the wheat design, which was introduced in 1909 and lasted until 1958. The reverse of the coin, featuring two wheat stalks on either side of the phrase, 1 cent, is where this penny gets its name, the wheat penny. In 1944, the U.S. was still in the middle of World War II, and the economy was impacted by the war effort. Because of the war, the U.S. Mint was struggling with copper shortages. As a result, most pennies produced during this time were made from a mix of copper and zinc-coated steel, but the 1944 pennies were made from 95% copper, which was in limited supply. This is one of the reasons the 1944 D Wheat Penny is so intriguing to collectors today. Key features of the 1944 D Wheat Penny. Now, let's take a closer look at the key features of this coin. The obverse side of the 1944 D Lincoln Wheat Penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1944, to the right. It's a simple, yet powerful design, embodying the strength and resilience of the United States during wartime. On the reverse side, you'll find the famous wheat design. Two stalks of wheat frame the words, 1 cent, with the inscription, United States of America, at the top and E pluribus unum at the bottom. The D mint mark is located just below the 1 cent inscription, indicating that this coin was minted in Denver. The 1944 D Wheat Penny is made of copper, giving it a distinct reddish-brown color when in good condition. Over the years, the copper may darken or develop a patina, but coins in excellent condition with minimal wear are the ones collectors are always on the lookout for. Errors and what to look for. Now, if you're wondering what makes this coin particularly valuable, it comes down to one key factor: errors. A minting error can turn a regular 1944 D penny into a rare and valuable treasure. Some of the most famous errors include the double die and off-center strikes. These minting errors are incredibly rare, and when found, they can skyrocket a coin's value. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in doubled images on the coin. The doubled lettering in the word Liberty or the date, 1944, can be a clear indication of a double die error. If you have a 1944 D penny with a double die, you've just found a highly collectible coin that could fetch a hefty price. Another error to look for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin's planchet, the blank metal disc that gets struck to become a coin, isn't properly aligned in the press, which results in part of the coin being cut off. An off-center 1944 D Wheat Penny can have a unique look, making it stand out from other coins and adding significant value to the coin. Die cracks and other minor imperfections like repunched mint marks can also increase the value of a coin. While these errors might seem small, they make the coin unique and desirable to collectors, which is why they can make a big difference in the coin's overall worth. Why the 1944 D Wheat Penny is valuable. So, what makes the 1944 D Wheat Penny so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition. The 1944 D penny was minted in large quantities, over 430 million of them were produced, but the ones in excellent, uncirculated condition are much harder to find. Most of the pennies from this year have been used in daily transactions, and with time, they've suffered from wear and damage. The historical context of the 1944 D Wheat Penny adds to its allure. As mentioned earlier, this coin was minted during World War II, when copper was in short supply. The coin's connection to the war effort and the U.S. economy during that time makes it a valuable piece of history. Furthermore, collectors are always on the lookout for coins from certain years, and the 1944 wheat penny is one of those coins that attracts attention. Coins with minting errors, such as the double die or off-center strikes, are even more valuable. These errors are rare and make the coin stand out from the millions of other coins produced in 1944. If you come across a 1944 wheat penny with one of these errors, you could be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value. How to spot a valuable 1944 wheat penny? Now, let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1944 wheat penny. The first thing you want to check is the condition of the coin. Is it in good shape, with sharp details and no visible signs of wear or heavy scratches? If the coin has been well preserved and shows minimal signs of circulation, it could be worth significantly more than a penny in poor condition. Next, look closely for any minting errors. Inspect the date, 1944, and the word Liberty on the obverse side for signs of doubling. If you see a noticeable doubling of the letters or numbers, then you may have a double die error, which is a major find for collectors. Check the reverse side of the coin as well. Look for any signs of an off-center strike, where part of the coin's design is missing or misaligned. These coins can be highly valuable, especially if the error is prominent. Lastly, don't forget to check the mint mark. If you find a D mint mark on the reverse side, that means the penny was minted in Denver, which is the key to identifying the 1944 wheat penny. Engagement question: we'd love to hear from you, so here's our question for you. Have you ever found a 1944 wheat penny or any other coin with a unique error? Let us know in the comments below if you've ever had the thrill of discovering a rare minting mistake, and share your coin hunting experiences with us. Value reveal now, the moment you've all been waiting for. So, how much is your 1944 wheat penny worth? If it's in excellent condition or has a rare minting error like a double die or off-center strike, it could be worth anywhere from $2,100 to $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, your 1944 wheat penny could be worth a fortune. Today, we're going to take an exciting deep dive into a coin that is often overlooked, but holds a secret treasure within it, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. This humble little penny from the final year of World War II carries more value than you might imagine. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner, the 1945 wheat penny has a lot of stories to tell, and today we'll be uncovering why this coin is one of the most sought-after pieces in the world of coin collecting. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was produced at the height of the war, marking an important year in American history. As the United States approached the end of World War II, the mint had already begun to shift its focus toward post-war economic recovery. But despite being produced in large numbers, this penny, especially in certain conditions, can fetch quite a pretty penny today. So, let's take a closer look at the history, design, and what makes the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny such a valuable find. Key features of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. Let's begin with the key features that make the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny stand out. The obverse side, or the front of the coin, features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the image of the 16th president has become iconic. The words, "In God We Trust," are inscribed above Lincoln's head, with "Liberty" to the left and the year, 1945, to the right. The reverse side is where the design gets even more interesting. The reverse features two stalks of wheat surrounding the words, 1 cent, in the center. At the top, you'll find the inscription, United States of America, and at the bottom, the motto, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. The design on the reverse is what gives this penny its nickname, the wheat penny. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was minted at a time when copper was still being used for penny production. Due to copper shortages during World War II, other years saw changes in the composition of pennies, but the 1945 pennies were still made primarily of copper, which contributes to their reddish-brown hue when the coin is well preserved. Errors and what to look for. So, what makes a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny potentially so valuable? It comes down to two things: its rarity and the potential for minting errors. While the 1945 penny was minted in large numbers, over 1 billion coins. Most of them were heavily circulated and are in less than ideal condition today. The real value comes when you find a coin that has been well preserved or one that has an error that makes it even rarer. One of the most common errors to look for on the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times during the minting process, resulting in doubled features. If you look closely at the date, 1945, or the word Liberty, you might see that some of the letters are doubled. These doubled strikes are not always easy to spot, so make sure to examine the coin under good lighting and magnification. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, which causes part of the coin's design to be missing or partially struck. Off-center errors can vary in size and severity, but they can be incredibly valuable if the error is significant enough. You also want to check for other small errors, like die cracks or repunched mint marks. Die cracks can appear as raised lines across the coin, while repunched mint marks occur when the mint mark is struck more than once, creating a noticeable second impression. While these errors may seem minor, they can add up in value, especially when they're found on coins in excellent condition. Why the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is valuable? You might be wondering, why is the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? It's a combination of factors that contribute to its worth. First and foremost, historical significance plays a big role. The 1945 penny was struck just after the end of World War II, a pivotal moment in U.S. and world history. It symbolizes the end of the war and the beginning of the post-war recovery. For many collectors, coins from this era hold a deep sense of nostalgia and historical importance. Additionally, as we mentioned earlier, the rarity and condition of the coin greatly affect its value. Most of the 1945 pennies were circulated and have suffered from wear and tear. A well-preserved coin that shows little to no signs of circulation is much rarer and can fetch a higher price in the market. And when you find a coin with a minting error, it becomes even more valuable. Minting errors like double dies or off-center strikes are rare occurrences, making those coins highly coveted by collectors. How to spot a valuable 1945 Lincoln wheat penny? Now, let's talk about how you can spot a valuable 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. The first thing you want to do is check the condition of the coin. Look at the details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the inscription, Liberty, on the obverse side. If these details are sharp and clear, it's a sign that the coin might be in excellent condition. A well-preserved coin will have less wear on the edges and the raised parts of the design. Next, inspect the reverse side. The wheat stalks should be well defined, and the words, 1 cent, should be clear. If you see signs of doubling or any additional detail that seems out of the ordinary, you could have a double die error on your hands. These errors can sometimes be faint, so make sure to look closely. Also, check for minting errors like die cracks, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. These are the types of things that can turn a simple 1945 wheat penny into a rare, valuable piece. Engagement question: before we reveal the value of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, I've got a question for all of you coin collectors out there. Have you ever found a rare error coin, like a double die or off-center penny? What was your experience with discovering it? Drop your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your lucky finds. Value reveal. So, what is the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny worth? Well, if you have one that's in uncirculated condition or features one of those rare minting errors like a double die or off-center strike, it could be worth anywhere from $2,300 to $98,000. Yes, that's right, your 1945 Lincoln wheat penny could be worth a small fortune depending on its rarity and condition. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American history, the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. If you thought pennies were just pocket change, think again. The 1949 wheat penny, especially if you know what to look for, could turn out to be a goldmine hidden right in your collection. So, let's explore why this small coin is making big waves in the world of coin collecting. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny was struck during a significant time in U.S. history, just after World War II. By this point, the U.S. economy was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime recovery. Though the 1949 penny was minted in large numbers, it's still a coin with unique characteristics that make it a key piece for collectors. But what makes the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny so special? Well, it's not just about its history, it's about its rarity, its design, and the minting errors that can significantly increase its value. Let's break down the key features that make this penny so desirable. The design of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny follows the classic pattern of its predecessors, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's image on the coin is instantly recognizable, and the inscription surrounding his bust, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1949 make up the familiar look. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic two wheat stalks encircling the words, 1 cent, with United States of America at the top and E pluribus unum at the bottom. What really sets the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny apart from other pennies is its striking design and the fact that, while the mintage was high, over 1 billion coins were made, the condition of many surviving pennies leaves a lot to be desired. As a result, the 1949 penny, when in excellent condition, has become highly sought after by collectors. But let's talk about why this coin, in particular, is so valuable to those in the world of numismatics. Value in coin collecting is often driven by several factors: mintage, rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. In the case of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, its value can vary greatly depending on the condition of the coin. As many of these coins were circulated extensively in everyday transactions, finding one in near-perfect condition is increasingly rare. Most 1949 pennies show signs of wear and tear, with the details on the wheat stalks and Lincoln's portrait becoming less visible over time. However, if you're lucky enough to find a well-preserved penny or one with a unique minting error, it could fetch a much higher price than face value. So, what are some specific errors that could make the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny worth far more than you might expect? Well, let's start with the double die error. Double dies are one of the most sought-after types of minting errors, and they occur when a coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design, like the date or the word Liberty, to appear doubled. If you can spot a double die error on the 1949 penny, you might have a coin that is worth far more than you ever imagined. These doubled features are often subtle, so it's important to look closely, especially around the date and lettering. Another error to keep an eye out for is a repunched mint mark. If you spot a mint mark, like the letter D for Denver, that looks like it's been struck multiple times, you could have a rare variant on your hands. This error typically happens when the mint mark is punched onto the coin, but due to an improper alignment, a second impression is made. Coins with repunched mint marks are particularly valuable to collectors looking for one-of-a-kind specimens. Beyond these errors, the condition of the coin is what will really impact its worth. A 1949 Lincoln wheat penny in uncirculated condition will be worth much more than one that has seen heavy circulation. Look for coins with sharp details, such as a clean, clear date, well-defined wheat stalks, and a strong likeness of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The more details you can see on the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Now, let's take a step back and discuss why the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny is so valuable, even though it was minted in large numbers. One factor that contributes to its value is its historical context. The 1949 penny marks a time when the country was recovering from the devastation of World War II, and it holds a place in history as part of the transition from a wartime economy to a peacetime one. For many collectors, coins from this era carry a certain nostalgia and significance. It's not just about the penny itself, it's about the story that it tells. Another reason the 1949 penny is valuable is the growing interest in vintage coins. As collectors seek out coins from earlier decades, especially those that are rare or in excellent condition, the demand for these pennies increases. The key here is finding the right penny, one that stands out from the rest because of its condition, errors, or unique features. So, how can you spot a valuable 1949 Lincoln wheat penny? First, closely examine the details. Are the features sharp and well defined? Are the wheat stalks visible and clear? If you notice any doubling in the design, especially on the date or inscriptions, take note, this could be a double die error. Also, check for repunched mint marks and die cracks, which can be significant indicators of a rare coin. Be sure to inspect your penny under good lighting and magnification to pick up on these subtle details. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with any errors or unique features? What's the most valuable coin you've ever come across in your collection? Drop your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your lucky finds and coin hunting adventures. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, what is the value of a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny? If you happen to find one in uncirculated condition or with one of those rare minting errors, it could be worth anywhere from $2,400 to $100,000. That's right, your 1949 wheat penny could be worth a fortune depending on its condition and any unique features it may have. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a gem of American currency, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. You might think of pennies as small change, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that this particular penny is not just a piece of metal, it's a potential treasure. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, you won't want to miss the incredible story behind the 1953 wheat penny. Stick with us as we explore the key features, errors, and what makes this penny so special. Let's start with the basics. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was produced by the United States Mint as part of the famous Lincoln Cent series. These pennies were struck during a time of economic recovery after the Korean War. By the early 1950s, the U.S. economy was stabilizing, and the country was experiencing a boom in production and consumer spending. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was struck in the same year, but it's the history behind this small coin and the unique features that set it apart that make it a must-have for collectors. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny features the familiar design that was introduced in 1909. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic image has become one of the most recognizable portraits in American history. Surrounding Lincoln's bust are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1953. On the reverse, you'll see two stalks of wheat encircling the phrase, 1 cent, with United States of America at the top and E pluribus unum at the bottom. These wheat stalks were originally designed to symbolize America's agricultural roots, and they've become a symbol of the Lincoln Cent series itself. But why is the 1953 version of this penny so valuable? One reason for its value is the condition of the coin. Although the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in relatively high numbers, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly rare. Over the years, these pennies have passed through many hands, and as a result, many have significant wear and tear. The more worn the coin is, the less valuable it becomes. That said, when you come across a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny that is in excellent condition with minimal signs of circulation, you could be looking at something worth much more than just 1 cent. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting: errors. Minting errors are a significant factor in determining a coin's value. For the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny, there are a couple of key errors that could make the coin worth much more than face value. The first error to keep an eye out for is the double die error. This error occurs when a coin is struck more than once, resulting in doubled features on the coin. If you look closely at the date, 1953, or the word Liberty, you might notice that the numbers or letters appear to be doubled or blurry. This is a key indicator of a double die error, and collectors are especially drawn to these coins. The more prominent the doubling effect, the more valuable the coin can be. Another common error to look for is the repunched mint mark. This happens when the mint mark, such as the letter D for Denver, is struck multiple times, causing a second, faint impression of the mint mark next to the original one. This can often be subtle, so it's essential to closely inspect the mint mark to see if there's any extra detail. A repunched mint mark on a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny can significantly increase its value, as it's considered a rare variation. These minting errors are rare, but when found, they can turn an ordinary penny into a highly valuable collector's item. As we mentioned earlier, finding a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny in perfect condition without any significant wear or damage is already quite rare. But if you find one with these types of errors, you could be sitting on a goldmine. But why is the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable in the first place? There are several reasons. First, it's part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which has been a staple in U.S. currency since 1909. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has become one of the most collected coins in the world, and collectors love to track down specific years and variations, especially those that are rare or feature minting errors. Second, coins from the 1950s represent a period of change in American history. This was a time of post-war recovery, economic growth, and social change. The 1953 penny is a small snapshot of that time, and that historical connection makes it even more desirable for collectors. As interest in vintage coins continues to grow, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny remains a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. So, how do you spot a valuable 1953 Lincoln wheat penny? The key is in the details. First, look for a coin in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. If the coin has sharp features, clear inscriptions, and minimal wear on the wheat stalks and Lincoln's portrait, you've already found something worth more than its face value. Then, check for any errors. Look closely at the date and the mint mark to see if you can spot any doubling or repunching. These small details can make all the difference in determining the value of your coin. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection? Or perhaps you found one with a minting error? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing about your coin hunting experiences and discoveries. Now, the big question: what is the value of a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny? Well, if you find one in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, it could be worth anywhere from $2,400 to $93,000. Yes, you heard that right. Your 1953 Lincoln wheat penny could be worth a small fortune depending on its condition and any unique features it may have. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic pennies in U.S. history, the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny. This little coin, often overlooked in your everyday change, holds a fascinating story and potentially massive value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, there's no doubt that this penny will captivate your interest. So, let's take a closer look at the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, its history, key features, what makes it valuable, and how you can spot this treasure. Let's start with the basics. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny was minted as part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. By 1957, the penny had already undergone several design changes, but the wheat penny design still held strong. The front of the coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image, which has been part of the U.S. penny since its inception, symbolizes one of America's most revered presidents. Around the image of Lincoln, you'll find the familiar inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1957. This particular year stands out because it was one of the final years the wheat penny design was in circulation. In 1959, the U.S. Mint would introduce the new memorial cent, marking the end of the iconic wheat stalk design on the reverse side of the coin. Speaking of the reverse side, that's where the distinctive wheat stalks come into play. The reverse features two stalks of wheat flanking the words, 1 cent, with United States of America at the top and E pluribus unum at the bottom. These wheat stalks were symbolic of America's agricultural heritage, which was a central part of the country's identity when the design was first introduced. So, why is the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable, and what makes it a desirable coin among collectors? One of the key factors that contribute to the value of this penny is its condition. Many 1957 wheat pennies were circulated, which means they've been used in everyday transactions over the years and often show wear and tear. As a result, coins in less than perfect condition have a lower value. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1957 penny in mint or uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of history. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. A penny that has sharp features, clear inscriptions, and minimal wear can fetch a higher price than a coin that's heavily circulated or damaged. So, if you come across a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny that looks like it was just minted yesterday, you could have a rare find on your hands. Now, let's talk about errors. Minting errors are some of the most exciting things to look for in any coin, and the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is no exception. One of the most notable errors to look out for is the double die error. A double die error happens when a coin is struck more than once, which can cause the design to appear doubled. This means that the date, 1957, or the word Liberty, could be doubled on the coin, making it a very special and valuable find. Collectors pay a premium for these error coins because they're rare and unique, and the more noticeable the doubling, the higher the price. Another potential error to look out for on the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is the repunched mint mark. This error occurs when the mint mark, such as the D for Denver, is struck multiple times. This creates a faint, secondary mint mark next to the original one. It can be subtle, but it's an important feature to examine when trying to determine whether you've found an error coin. A repunched mint mark adds rarity and value to the coin, and collectors seek out these variations as they can be quite valuable. So why is the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable in the first place? Well, there are several reasons. First, it's a part of the larger Lincoln cent series, which has been a staple of American coinage for over a century. The design is iconic and easily recognizable, making it a favorite among collectors. As time passes, interest in vintage coins like the 1957 wheat penny only grows, making it more desirable to collectors looking for specific years or mint marks. Second, coins like the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny represent a specific time in American history. 1957 was a year of post-war prosperity, and the coin carries with it a piece of that optimistic period in U.S. history. For many collectors, owning a coin from such a significant time adds to the value, as it's more than just a piece of metal, it's a connection to the past. So, how can you spot a valuable 1957 Lincoln wheat penny? First, look for a coin in great condition. Examine the date and inscriptions for any signs of wear, and pay particular attention to the wheat stalks on the reverse side. A coin with sharp, detailed wheat stalks is worth more than one that's worn down from circulation. If you have a magnifying glass, take a closer look at the letters and numbers to spot any doubling from a double die error. And, of course, don't forget to check the mint mark on the reverse side. A repunched mint mark can add significant value to your coin. Now, let's talk numbers. What is a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny worth? If you find one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $2,600 to $97,000, depending on the rarity, condition, and any errors present. Yes, that's right, your 1957 Lincoln wheat penny could be worth a small fortune if it's in the right condition. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection? Maybe you've come across one with a minting error or an uncirculated gem. Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing about your experiences and discoveries. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future coin hunting adventures. Keep on collecting, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the greatest treasures.